Go ahead and get your ticket, man. Go ahead and get ready. As you can see right there, Jerome is showing it off. Free chances to free gloves. And hey, you never know. You continue balling and get the call, you'll be on the show, and you might catch yourself an NIL deal. You never know. You never know. But I'm gonna throw it to the fellas, man. How y'all feeling today?
I'm A-okay, brother. A-okay, man. Appreciate you asking as always, man.
I'm exhausted, so but I'm that weird exhausted. You ever had that exhausted where you're so exhausted that you're just acting real goofy and weird? That's me right now. I'm just out of energy right now, but bro, I'm also excited about this week, man. This week's gonna be a crazy week. I know Naj go crazy usually around this week with all the Score Atlanta crazy stuff, man. We be on the field doing our things as well, so it's gonna be a crazy week. I got a lot on my plate that I gotta take care of this week, but I'm excited. I'm happy for it. Football's back finally, and we can finally talk about some actual football. Not 707 is cool. All the camps are cool, but when it's time to put them pads on, that's when we see the real dogs. That's where the realness comes in. So we're gonna see how the season goes, man. We got a lot of good teams, a lot of good players that are coming up, man. So I'm excited to see how it all shakes out.
Certainly, man. And speaking of, we're gonna have a fun segment that's gonna be coming you guys' way every single Tuesday. And I think it's gonna be really receptive of the kids and the fans. And that is our predictions, man. So we'll talk about that there in a little bit, but just some of the top matchups of the week. But fellas will be at obviously a couple of them. I'll be at one. I'll see how that goes for the season. I don't know what I'm doing just yet. But when I do, we're gonna do predictions, and we're gonna start them off this week actually with some top games, given who we think gonna win, and getting the clip out on social media on Fridays. So you guys can see where we're going to be at, and also, who we predicting to win, man. And we might get some clickbait. Might get some kids use the clip against us. But, hey, that's what we here for. We excited for that and be able to highlight these kids, man. But we're going to start with the first and foremost. I'll start with you, Bacon. What's your first and foremost this evening?
First and foremost, that's a good one. I wasn't ready. Come back to me.
I'll let you start, Jay.
First and foremost, what was that, Bacon? Like, this is the segment we have every
Carry on,
week.
brother.
Come on, man.
Carry on, brother.
First and foremost, man, I gotta talk about my boys, the Eagles, man. Look good out there. I'm super excited about the season because I don't think the Eagles usually have a opportunity to look at some of our young guys. Usually when we get the young guys, they don't really play and stuff like that. But you see the last couple of years, some of our young guys been trending and playing more. Last year we had Jalen Carter, who played a lot. Looking for great stuff from him. Quinyon Mitchell's playing this year. He looks really good. He's probably going to be the slot guy, possibly go in the inside. The outside with Slay. So I'm excited because seeing some of these young guys look like they're giving some of these young guys a lot of opportunity this year, which is rare for the Eagles. We usually don't really rely on our young guys that much. So I'm excited to see how the season goes. I know y'all all know about the Saquon Barkley situation with the Eagles now and all that. So it's going to be really cool to see how the Philadelphia Eagles kind of pick up this year. I'm not going to say, I want to say like, oh yeah, we're going to be flawless or whatever, because there's a lot of questions still behind the Eagles, but I'm excited for the season for sure.
100%. First and foremost, just came into my mind. Darren Peterson will not be playing high school with his West Virginia team. He will be moving on to the Bay, man. Moving on to Prolific Prep, where AJ DeBonds and Tyron Stokes used to team up at, and we will no longer see that elite matchup of Prolific Prep versus the Boozer Twins. But Darren Peterson will now be at Prolific Prep, so that's interesting. Basketball news has been crazy. Stay tuned for the 3-man weave.
Yeah, for me, I'm gonna go ahead and go with the big commitment yesterday. That's Josh Petty, Georgia Tech landing the biggest recruit since 2004. That's huge news. I've been saying it for about a year and a half now. Program's on the rise. You let a kid like that, you're doing something special, man. And they're trending to flip a kid that just decommitted from Georgia. So they're on the up and up, man. I can't wait to watch and cover them all season long. It's gonna be a lot of fun. But yeah, man, them getting Josh Petty, a really, really good kid. Met his parents for the first time yesterday, man, and I can see why he is the way he is, man. And he just, to me, exudes Georgia Tech culture. He's just what they're about and what they want to do and accomplish. So I was thoroughly impressed. I've talked to him about 2 or 3 times now, and really great kid. And they getting a great person that can come in and, like I said, likely be able to compete for that starting role potentially next year. You know what I'm saying? Or if he has to wait a year, but he'll probably likely start early on, depending on how he develops. Likely he'll be there in January, so he'll get all those reps. He'll get to go through spring with them. So he's really young. I think he's only 16, or no, actually just turned 17. So kid's young, man. So probably gonna get a degree when he's about 20, probably no less than 21. So outstanding kid, and congrats to the Yellow Jackets.
Nah, fact. You think he's gonna start? I know he can move. He can line up really anywhere. You think he's gonna be tackle, guard, probably not center.
He versatile, bro. So it really just depends on what Tech want to do. I think he could be an anchor on an offensive tackle, but if they have a need, hey, Petty, we're gonna move you to guard. I think he could fulfill that role as well. It just all depends on what they want to do.
Now, another thing that really stood out was it was in the interview he did with you. He's like, man, or it might have been somebody else, but I think it was with you. He's like, man, I'm going to Tech. I got a degree here that's going to last me about 40 years. What 17-year-old is thinking like that, man?
Yeah, man, not a lot, man. But I remember talking to him last week, and he said academic piece was really important. And he talked highly of actually Stanford, but I think he said, like, it's going to probably be a couple years. But I think him seeing Georgia Tech rising and them winning games and being more competitive, it's like, well, I can go there and my degree is going to mean a lot too.
Yeah, he's special, man. Whether he makes it to the NFL or not, you can definitely count on seeing him as doing something special in this world. So, ladies and gentlemen, you probably already know the name, but remember the name, Joshua Petty.
100%. Well, we're gonna keep it rolling. Thought we was gonna have the fellas tonight, but late cancel. I guess I get it. I know they got a game tomorrow. I know the coach wanted them to get their rest, but that was gonna be a crazy segment with them boys. They had some great questions for them, man. But next time, maybe we can get them next week as well. But we do have some top matchups this week, so let's go ahead and talk about it. I'm gonna start with Jerome. And I mean, we can kind of parlay it into game picks as well if you want, Jerome. But what matchups are you most excited for this upcoming week?
I mean, you got to look at some of the Corky Kell games. I mean, the West Forsyth versus Prince Ave, man. Looking forward to seeing that game. Want to see some of the Prince Ave players. A lot of young guys on that team that we already highlighted on our list. So I think that's going to be a real good game, and seeing how they fare against I just said the name. Jeez, West Forsyth. I don't know a lot about West Forsyth, but I heard they're a really good team. So we'll see how that match would go. I just hope there's not a lot of blowouts. I think there was a lot of blowouts last year. So especially in the Benz, there's a lot of blowout. It was only one really good game. So I hope we have a little bit more competitive games. So we'll see. Obviously the games in the Benz this Saturday. Brookwood versus Walton. I think they're a very evenly matched team. So I think that actually might be my favorite one. I know a lot of people looking at the Douglas County and Cedar Grove game, which I think that's going to be a good one. I thought it would have been even better if Devin Carter was going to play. If you guys don't know, Devin Carter is not going to be playing in that game. He's still injured. He's recovering from a wrist injury, so he won't be playing the first 3 weeks of the season. At least we'll see, how that goes as the season progresses. His health. We'll see how that goes. But as of right now, the first 2 games at least. It might be more than that. But around 2 games for the first 2 games, they expect him not to play. We'll see.
Can we get a buzzer? Can we get a buzzer?
Yeah, insider alert, man.
Yeah, like, come on, bro. Can we get a buzz? Like, I didn't even know that going in. Come on, let me get a buzz, dog.
Oh, excuse me.
Hey, breaking inside news alert. Like, yo, that's huge.
My
bro.
bad. Yeah. Oh, shoot. See, look, I be knowing inside stuff and don't realize I know inside stuff. So I apologize. Yeah, he should be playing, but Douglas County actually had 4 of the receivers actually injured coming into the season. It looked like everybody should be playing though, except for DC. Aaron was coming off an injury in the offseason. He looks like he's good. I actually seen him work out last week, so he should be fine. JJ was injured as well. If you don't know who that is, that's James Johnson. He was injured as well. His injury, actually, I did not know what it was. So, but I'm hearing that he should be good to go. Obviously, it was Devin Carter, and there was one other receiver that was injured. I can't remember who it was.
Adam Carter?
It might have been might have been him. I
I
couldn't
know.
remember. He was injured as well, and I'm hearing everybody's good except for DC right now. So I know that's sorry for breaking that for you guys that didn't know that. Yeah, I didn't know that, so I apologize. But yeah, he won't be playing for that. He won't be playing that game. I think that was probably going to be the most intriguing part of the game. But yeah, so we'll see how this go. But those two games are good for me, and obviously I want to see North Gwinnett versus McEachern. North Gwinnett really impressed me last year. They've been on me and Naj radar for this year. I wouldn't be surprised if they're a sneak team, man, to play and go far into this season. I think they can definitely be a playoff team, man. It's all about how far after that. But man, they've got a good team. They got a good young team, and I'm excited to see how they go.
Yeah, I agree, man. I think for me, it's definitely the LaGrange and Douglas game. I kind of been covering those teams. Well, definitely covering LaGrange pretty heavy last year, and kind of, you know what I'm saying, just not really getting my feet wet with Doug this year. Obviously, you got Jonte, Xavier Canales, the young bull. I can't remember his name right now. Help me out if I remember. Say it again.
AC Barner.
AC Barner. Quarterback's electric. I want to see how he fares because the Grange is very deep. They got some athletes. That's going to be definitely one that slept on. I feel that's a night game, but nonetheless, you know what I'm saying? I don't make the decisions. I just take the information Naj gives me. But that's going to be a big game. Friday, I'm going to be doubling back to back. No, skipping over Thursday. But the Sandy Creek East Coweta game is at Sandy Creek is going to be electric. Sandy Creek, as everybody knows, is definitely loaded. It's not just Amari Latimer. It's Evan Harvey. It's what's my brother's name? Chase Usher, Dalen Pinson. You know what I'm saying? Quarterback. They're just loaded, man. Greenhow, DB. You know what I mean? So and then in East Coweta, you know what I'm saying? You got what's my quarterback's name? My goodness. They're gonna be so mad they see this. Number 11, the quarterback is electric. It's gonna be a big year for him, man. They just got weapons everywhere. Number 2, Darian Horsley, Mississippi State commit. Jayshon Stegall, who missed last year, come back wide receiver. I feel like he's definitely, I believe it's top 10 wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? Missed last year, so we got to see what he do. Definitely dynamic. Can run in and route in the route tree quick as a dog, first and foremost. You hear me? But moving on from Friday, this Saturday, like Jerome said, McEachern versus North Gwinnett is definitely the game to see. McEachern getting those recruits in the second year, man. Being competitive with the new head coaching change, that's almost unheard of. That's very big. In the Brookwood versus Walton game is going to be exciting too. So those games, the Douglas County Cedar Grove game, it's, you know what I'm saying, it's got the hype. You know what I'm saying? If Cedar Grove would have had last year, I'm not sure if it was going to be a blowout, but if I had my money on it, I'd probably say it's going to be 15 or more on a low end. But definitely, those are the games that I'm excited to see, man.
Yeah, out of these, I agree with y'all. Douglas Atlanta LaGrange, I think, is a great opener. Just being able to see what they're able to do. Obviously, got 3-star Jaden Stringer for LaGrange. He can play. They got this linebacker, man, that wants to knock your head off. So I love to see them against them. And just, being able to see what LaGrange can do. Both of these teams got high aspirations for themselves this year. They want to accomplish big things. And it's the first time I've seen LaGrange in person. Bacon's been telling me about that program for a long time. And, I can't wait to see what they're able to do up close and personal. Coach Napier is a great coach. But I think they're going to be interesting to watch. A game that nobody's talking about that I think is going to be even better. And just intriguing-wise, I'm just saying. North Atlanta and Kel. Don't sleep on that game, man. Kel got some playmakers, man. Jaden George. Kevin Arkeezy is their quarterback. Braden Ross, the name that everybody needs to know, 2026 class. Athletes going to play a lot of outside linebacker this year for them, man. Coming downhill, making big hits. So, he's going to be one to watch for a lot of people. I think he's going to have a big season. And then Katarius Mooney-Gibson, who they can hand the ball off to in the backfield. I think that match is going to be a lot more intriguing than people think. Obviously, with Ian Reynolds on the other side as well for North Atlanta. And then Chase Linton, the 4-star, who's likely, and hearing a little bit of rumblings that he's really interested in Georgia. So that's one to watch as well. So that's the one for me that I think will be really intriguing. And then I gotta say, like I said, McEachern, North Gwinnett. I think that's the game to watch. I think that's gonna be the best game of the Corky Kell. Those two going at it, kind of can feel the rivalry kind of building between those two teams. Two electric, running backs in my opinion. Jerrion Campbell, who's a 3-star, one of the best ones in 2026, along with Amari Latimer. And you got obviously, what North Gwinnett got in Tommy Lafayette, Nicholas Bookman, Eric Ronin, the quarterback Ryan Hall, and they got to play on each side of the ball defensively, right? They got Jake Godfrey, the linebacker who's on our list in the 2027 class. Got Cole Funderburg, got Chandler Jordan, Malachi Whedon. They got players all over the field. So those are my top two, in my humble opinion. And I think South Paulding Dunwoody will be an interesting one as well. I think South Paulding is a team on the rise. I think the head coach, Maurice Allen, who was recently with the New York Jets. Nobody's been talking about that this offseason, but he got to intern up there for 3 to 4 weeks, learning up under their tutelage. Now, some people are like, oh, the Jets, they're not all that good. Again, this is an NFL team we're talking about. So any knowledge you can glean from that definitely goes a long way, man. So that's another matchup I'm curious to watch.
So let me rewind. Let me shed some light on these East Coweta boys, man. Cortland and Courtney Hurd, man, just picked up the UGA offers not too long ago. Big offensive line that you want to watch if you're going to be tuning into the live stream watching Sandy Creek and East Coweta. Lucas Naquin is going to be a linebacker you need to watch. You know what I'm saying? He's versatile. You know what I'm saying? He's a smaller frame linebacker, but he's not afraid to hit. He really wants to stick his nose in there and make big plays. So look for him to make a numerous of big plays this Friday. Like I said, if you're tuning in as well. And what's the quarterback's name? Oh, my goodness. I'm messing up the show now. Go ahead, brother.
All right. So when you get his name, Bacon, just let us know. But we're going to move to our pick segment, which I'm really excited about. A new addition to our show. I think we're just going to do it, during football season, obviously. We're all around, the sport. I think this will help Jerome and obviously Bacon and myself, just being able to hear the intel these fellas got and being able to hear about these different teams we don't always get to see and just be able to talk about them and do a little bit of research beforehand. So we're going to go ahead and start. If that segment is up, let's talk about our predictions for this upcoming week.
Who wants to start?
Go ahead, G.
It's me. Am I G?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. All right. Well, definitely a game that I'm trying to get into. Bacon put me on. I'm sorry, not Bacon. Notch. Sorry, Notch. Notch put me on this week, but that Langston Hughes versus Langston Hughes versus who did he play again? Dang! Hold on.
Westlake.
I'm bugging. Westlake, yes. Langston Hughes versus Westlake. I think that's. I appreciate you helping your boy out. Langston Hughes versus Westlake is going to be a big one. I think that's going to be a game that nobody's going to be really talking about because obviously Corky Kell's going on and people are not thinking about that as much. But I think it's going to be a really good game. We're going to see how that goes. I'm in that game. I'm going to take Langston Hughes in that one.
Got you.
That's going to be a big one. I'm going to take Langston Hughes, but I do think it's going to be a close game. Both teams got talent at the wazoo. I always said that Westlake had a lot of young players from last year, and now they're juniors, some seniors now. So we're going to see how that growth is going to be from last year to this year. I think they kind of underwhelmed us just a little bit last year. I think most of us thought Westlake was going to be a little bit better. So we're going to see how that goes. But I'm excited about that game. The other game, obviously, I'm going to go with some of these Corky Kell ones. I'm going to go with the Brookwood and Walton game. I'm actually going to say Brookwood's going to win, even though that comment over there is crazy. But I'm going to give Brookwood the win on this one. Walton, good team, but they lost a lot of pieces last year. So I think it's going to kind of take them a little bit to kind of get back to par. But they still have a lot of good players and talent. I just think that losing their quarterback and their edge rusher last year, and I think an offensive lineman as well, it's gonna hurt them a little bit, and they're gonna have to kind of find their way. But they still have a lot of talent. So don't get me wrong, I think it's gonna be still a good game. Another one I was gonna talk about was Rome, but obviously that game canceled. So prayers up to the Rome players, man. I heard they're all good. If you don't know, the bus got rolled over during the skirmish last week. So no major injuries, but there are some injuries. Some players are got evaluated for concussion and things like that. So prayers out to those guys. Thank God nobody was seriously injured. So that would have been one of the games I would have liked to see. But I'm gonna go with the McEachern versus North Gwinnett. I think that one's a good one, and I'm gonna take North Gwinnett in this one. I like what I seen from last year. Me and Naj is already talking about how we like those games. So those teams. So I'm gonna take North Gwinnett in that one, and then let's see. I'm gonna take that Prince Ave and West Forsyth. I'm gonna take Prince Ave on that. I just like their depth and how good their young guys are on that team, man. And another year all together, it's gonna be awesome to see that. So I'm gonna take that team. So that's my 5 games for this week. I know I skipped out on Carrollton. I didn't want to really talk about Carrollton. I wanted to give you guys that opportunity, but I know Carrollton playing a big game this week as well. But those are my 5 games. What you guys think?
Who they playing this week, Jay?
Woodward.
Carrollton is playing Woodward. Yeah.
Don't worry, I got your boys because we got to do more picks than that. But I'm notating. We're going to do a tally. Yes, we're doing a tally. So
That's tough.
No.
That's tough.
no. We're doing top 10. Trust me, we're gonna do top 10. I got more games, but it's gonna be fun. Trust me, it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna notate every game. I have a whole list. We're gonna do week all the way into playoffs, and then we're gonna do that. This is the top matchups, not every matchup. This is the top matchups. And at the end of the season, right, one of us is gonna have to treat the guy that wins. I don't know what that's gonna entail yet, but we're gonna get into that. That might be, a dinner out. That might be going me and Bacon and Jerome going to Twin Peaks. You know what I'm saying? The person that won out, we don't know yet. We go
like the Twin Peaks, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, you know the Twin Peaks, folks. We don't win most of the times, Bacon. You know how.
100%.
You still owe me Chick-fil-A. I didn't forget about that.
I knew it was coming.
Chick-fil-A, I mean, sure. We had the opportunity. Hey, it might be a night out on JJ's Fish and Chicken. You feel me? We gonna find out. And all that together too. So whatever that person want to eat at, that's where that person going, and then it is gonna be a treat.
Real quick.
That boy with that petroleum chicken.
Real quick, shout out to my boy Bacon, because I just had that JJ's today, and that thing was slapping. So he took us out to go eat at JJ's. I never had it before. I liked it, and I went again today. So I actually had it today. So shout out to the boy Bacon, putting your boy on. Finally got me a spot in Atlanta. I love it.
I battered these guys down, put them in that deep fry, and put them out with culture, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, sir. Well, Bacon, I'm gonna throw it to you, brother. I'm gonna let you talk about some matchups that you want to talk about. It don't have to be quirky. If it is, that's cool. Any matches that you like, and then the predictions you want, and then I'll wrap it up with all the matchups, so then we can all do predictions.
That's a bad man. I mean, I got to start with Kel. We still got it up on the screen, which I'm not saying we need to take it down. That's why I put it up here for, ladies and gentlemen, to let the people know. Anyway, Douglas LaGrange, man, that's so tough. I'm really torn right here, but you gotta go with the data analytics over the emotions. Dang, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, ladies and gentlemen. I like LaGrange here. I just think they are a little more complete as a team than Doug right now. And I hope them Doug boys prove me wrong, man. You know what I'm saying? I always got to show love to the west side of Atlanta. But I think LaGrange is going to win. I'm going to go score prediction. I'm going to say 24-17, somewhere around this. It's going to be a close game, but I think just at the end, I think LaGrange is going to have just that much more, you know what I'm saying? Mainly on the offensive line. I think control of the offensive line of scrimmage better than Doug was. So that's why I'm going to give them the edge. And then let's go Creekside. Not Creekside, excuse me. Let's go Sandy Creek, East Coweta. I'm not gonna lie. I like Sandy Creek here. I just think they got a lot more athletes, and I think that's what's in it. Amari Latimer is virtually unstoppable. It's gonna be close. I want to go high scoring game, 28-35, Sandy Creek. At home too, so you got to give him the edge of the at home, man. I like what Jerome. Go ahead, Jay.
I missed two big games. I see what Naja's talking about now. I missed two big games.
Don't worry, we're gonna talk about it.
But I like what you brought up, Jay. The Langston Hughes versus Westlake game. A lot of people aren't maybe not be knowledgeable about this. Christian Langford was at Westlake. I think it's going to be this is a early start to his revenge tour. Last week he was at Buford. You know what I'm saying? They did their thing there. They was in the end zone celebrating. Westlake week 2 is going 2-0 in the revenge tour. I like Langston big. I like them by at least. I like them 2 scores, whether it be a field goal or field goal and a touchdown or 2 touchdowns. I like Big Langston. They're gonna be special this year.
Okay.
See, senor. Now we're gonna move on to another big time Atlanta matchup, right? Stockbridge versus Dutchtown.
That was one of the ones I had.
Mm-hmm. If Bo's on the field, it'd be a no-brainer. I say, yeah, the Bridge by 2 tugs too. But with them not having a running back, we're gonna go. I like Mr. Williams out there quarterbacking for Dutchtown. He's elite. They got a lot of athletes out there. They got a lot of edge rushers coming out the edge. They are very dynamic. But the Stockbridge secondary is elite. The linebacking core is elite. The pass rush is formidable. And they got a rookie. They got a freshman quarterback. I'm gonna go Bridge. I'm gonna give Coach Bama 1-0 to start out his first year as a head coach coming from Cedar Grove. I think they're going to win by. We're going to say they win by 5. I'm not going to give a specific score prediction, but I like the Bridge over Dutchtown. Moving on, you got to go Mays. You got to go Mays Stevenson. Mays Stevenson.
Wait, what was that last one you said?
Mays and Stevenson.
No, what before that?
Dutchtown and Stockbridge.
Yeah, and you said you took who?
I took Stockbridge by 7, 5 or 7. Sir. I'm gonna go Mays here. Mays is just the more complete team. Stevenson lost some pieces last year. They're still formidable. They got a big nose tackle. But I just think Mays is gonna have they're gonna have a lot more athletes on the outside. I think that's gonna be the separating factor. So I like Mays by 10 or more. And last one. I'm going to go back to the Corky Kell Dave Hunter Classic. We're going to go McEachern, North Gwinnett. Actually, we're going to do 2 more. Let me start with Walton Brookwood, right? Walton, they lost some pieces last year. We seen them this summer in Hoover. Got the Wards down there. They got the quarterback. I cannot remember his name, but he looks as advertised, and like he's very mobile, can get outside the pocket, make throws downfield. Brookwood's got a dynamic kid. What's his first name?
Caden Gilstrap.
Caden Gilstrap.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a name from Pirates of the Caribbean. Gilstrap.
I'm good.
But Brookwood's got an elite running back, Braden Tyson. I'm not too sure what else they have outside of Braden Tyson, but I know they're formidable. I want to go, man. I like Walton here, close game. We're going to go 21-24. I think it's going to come down to the wire. I'm going to take Walton here. And last but not least, McEachern, North Gwinnett. I like McEachern. I think they're a little just a tad bit more loaded on the offensive side, and I think if they can get going early. Unless they can get going early and not be stifled by the outstanding North Gwinnett defense, they can run away with this one. Close game though. That's what I got.
All right, so we got a couple we got to go through that I got to get responses on. So I'm gonna start it up. Another good game nobody's talking about: Jefferson versus Marist. Let's get some quick predictions from y'all. I'm gonna roll with Jefferson in that one.
Hard not to go with Jefferson, brother.
Okay, making guys. Jefferson, what you got, Jerome? You can make it quick. You got to be detailed on this one.
Might be muted, G.
No, I said same.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
You going with Jefferson too? All right, and then real quick, Douglas said Atlanta versus LaGrange. I think Bacon, you said LaGrange. What you got, Jerome, for that one?
Douglas LaGrange. I'm gonna go LaGrange.
All right, so we all in agreement there. We all got LaGrange. All right, Bacon picked Sandy Creek, East Coweta. So he got Sandy Creek. I am in agreement. So what you got, Jerome?
Agreeing again.
Sandy Creek again. All right. Now, one y'all not talking about in Middle Georgia, and when I say this, well, it's another one I'm gonna say after this one. Y'all gonna be like, bro, we didn't say that game. This one right here, though, Peach County versus Northeast Macon. Northeast Macon got a dog named Nicholas Wolford, worked for nearly 2,000 yards last year. I think Peach County under head coach Maurice Westbrook going to be a lot better this year. They got a lot of talent. Who y'all got in that one?
Peach County and who else? I've never heard of
Northeast Macon.
Northeast Macon. I'm gonna go against the grain. We're gonna ride with them. We're gonna go with them boys out of Northeast of Macon.
All right, go ahead, Jerome.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know anything about either of those two teams. So I'll make a blind prediction, and I'll say, what was it, Peachtree?
Peach County.
Peach County. Okay, Peach County.
But that's some good peaches down there.
Yes, so Bacon, you said you got Stockbridge versus Dutchtown. You picking Stockbridge. I'm agreeing with you. What you got, Jerome?
I'm agreeing again. Stockbridge.
All right, we all in agreement. All right, Prince Ave versus West Forsyth is the one you said. Prince Ave for you, Jerome. Bacon. What you got?
Yeah, I gotta go Prince Ave here, man.
I think we all in agreement. I'm rolling with Prince Avenue as well.
You gotta split hairs here somewhere.
Hey, man, I think we on that. Another game nobody's talking about. Fellowship Christian versus Bowden. Who you got, fellas?
I gotta go Bowden.
Okay, I think it's the one we're gonna disagree. You going with Bowden? What you got, Rome?
Just seen that quarterback today.
I was gonna say Bowden.
Bowden. I'm going to upset. I'm going Fellowship.
Good Jerome.
Yes, sir.
You don't leave me hanging.
I was looking at the schedule too. Actually, let's put the schedule up real quick. Let's put the schedule up.
All right, for sure. Let me stop sharing.
Real quick. Yeah, on it's on Max Prep, sir.
All right, wait, hold up. I got you. Hold on.
Okay.
I got some more. Now, one I can't believe y'all boys
forgot.
Warner Robins versus Lee County.
Oh,
how did y'all forget that? Usmani Chroma versus that defensive front, the number one player in the state of Georgia, and Isaiah Gibson. Last year was 26-19. Man, get your popcorn ready, man. Go and take a seat and watch a showdown. I'm going with Warner Robins. Who y'all got?
Go Devils.
Demons.
Same thing.
You said Lee County?
Yeah, Lee County, Warner Robins. Who y'all got?
I'm trying to remember who's still on Lee County, but I'm going toward Lee County.
Yeah, Jerome got family ties.
Yeah.
Mob ties.
Plus, of course, no, man. That running back is too nice, and I know they're gonna run the crap out of him. So,
yes, sir.
Won't matter.
All right, let's keep rolling. Westlake Hughes. I think y'all both said Hughes, correct? I just want to confirm.
Big Langston.
Yeah, I'm going Langston as well. So we in agreement there. All right, again, we didn't talk about Carrollton Woodward Academy. Got to get these predictions. We got to talk about the game, but who y'all got rolling with in that one?
I think got it. I mean, it's easy, man. It's Carrollton by a mile.
What are we talking about here? What are we talking about here?
Carrollton.
What are we talking about? Jeez.
All right, Carrollton 2 for you.
Yes,
Oh yeah, by a mile.
I bet. And then I think Bacon, you said Mays versus Stevenson. You picked Mays. All right, what you got? Who you got, Jerome?
I'm gonna go with Mays as well.
I'm gonna go upset. I'm gonna go Stevenson.
That's not a bad pick. Not a bad pick.
Yes, sir. Let's make an upset one on that one. All right, one y'all didn't talk about, which I'm shocked about. Buford Milton GPB.
Oh man,
yeah, bro. I'm laser focused on the Corky Kell, and I forgot there's other games going on this week. And when I looked through this list, I was like, oh, hold on, that's a big game. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna go. Whew, that's gonna be a crazy game. I'm gonna give the slight edge to Milton. because I think Milton got the better quarterback.
Okay.
So
100%
I'm gonna give it to Milton.
All right. Who you got, Bacon?
I got Milton. I got Milton.
All right. All of us got Milton. All right. A good one. All right. A couple more. We're going to wrap up our predictions. Another surprise. I'm surprised you didn't mention, Jay. Cedartown versus Rockmart. Rockmart was 11-2 last year. One of the best teams. You know, we got our boy T. Harris on the other side. With Cedartown, they got obviously Jacoby Diamond and some other dogs on that side of the ball. Cedartown, Rockmart, who y'all got?
I'm gonna go. Man, I saw a post. It was like some real historical facts on there. It was talking about just the whole Northeastern football rivalry. I believe Cedartown is winning this matchup or over the lifespan of the rivalry by a mile. So I'm gonna go with the data, and we're gonna go Cedartown right here. I just tell you Harris.
In agreement, Cedartown as well. Jerome.
I got invited to this game. Y'all gonna make
Yikes.
Tay Harris, I hope you're not
You
watching.
better hope Tay ain't watching. That's all I'm gonna say.
You're not. You're my boy. You're my boy, Tay.
Better hope Tay ain't watching. Yikes. All right, we're gonna go to the next one. Brookwood versus Walt.
If they win, it's gonna be Tay getting a pick six. There you
go. Okay. All right, Brookwood versus Walton. I think Jerome, you chose Brookwood. Bacon, you chose Walton. I'm in agreement. I think Walton just has a little bit more than Brookwood does. I got to see the other players they have. I know they got Julian Elzy, who's good, but outside of that, who's going to be the receiving corps this year? You know, how are they going to look defensively on the front line? I got to see what the offense is outside of Braden Tyson because people can stack the box if they can't throw it or we're on the outside. Oh no, that one's kind of tough to say. So I'm rolling with Walton on that one. Just too many weapons. Alexander Ward. Christian Ward, his brother, they can run the ball with the running back. It's got Lucas Farrington, the 3-star that was formerly at Woodward Academy. Quarterback Gil Strap can sling it. Two underrated linebackers and Noah Lavelle, also Jake Thorner. They got some pieces on that team, so I'm rolling with Walton. And then North Gwinnett, McEachern, Jerome rolling with North Gwinnett. You go with McEachern. I'm going with North Gwinnett. I just think they have so many players on both sides of the ball. And I think it's gonna be a thrilling contest. I think, like I said, I think it's gonna be the best one. I think it's gonna come down to the wire, but I got North Gwinnett coming out on top.
What time do they play again? Hopefully, it's like
that would be at 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
Mm-hmm. Saturday.
What's going on, man? Who plays after them?
It's 4 o'clock on a Saturday.
I'm saying, who plays after them though?
Cedar Grove and
Okay.
Yeah.
Why you say what you got going on?
I was saying what I was like, man. I was hoping there was gonna be like a 5 because I'm be coming in a little later, and I really want to see that game because brother, Thursday, Wednesday, and Friday, that content got to come out, man.
yeah, I'm already knowing. I'm already knowing, man. 100%. But yeah, you know, that's how they Cedar Grove was supposed to be really the game, but you know, a lot changed. Like lost the head coach, lost the quarterback, lost Devin Carter, just so much.
So from your perspective, what goes into like, you know, when things change or awry, you know what I'm saying? We can't, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna move y'all to the 4 o'clock game and we're gonna transition the North Gwinnett McEachern game to the prime time. You know what I'm saying? That's okay with you. Well, that's all right. Yeah, we understand.
Hold on, Jerome. We're gonna let you chime in here. No, that's a great point, Bacon. I'm not sure what goes into that. I feel like if it was me, like, and I seen, okay, hey, this changed, that changed, I would put the best game in that time slot. Because, like, you got to remember, this is the Corky Kell, right? This is Mercedes-Benz. So I'm gonna only put primetime matchups on that day. For me, Saturday is supposed to be the best day of my games, regardless of Wednesday, Thursday. No disrespect to those games, those teams is always play, but Saturday is your prime day. So I agree with you. Like that one, after knowing what I know, hey, cool moving it up. You guys cool coming that time. I would have moved that one back because just all for the hype of the game and knowing what it could be. You know, ESPN does it all the time. You know, NBC does it too. They'll patch a game if it's, you know, this one's better. They'll move that one into that time slot. You know, same thing with ESPN. If this game's better, they'll move it around. So I don't know. I mean, that comes from up top. It's a little above my pay grade. But if it was me, I definitely would have moved it. You know what I'm saying? But that's all the call from the head boss. Hey, I'm just here, you know, do what I gotta do, you know.
I'm just here. I won't get fined, coach.
Yeah, I'm just here so I get fine, coach. But if that was me, I would have moved that time slot. But go ahead, Jay. I know you wanted to talk the last couple. Go ahead.
No, I don't know if y'all was alluding to this, but I don't know if you guys know Saturday's gonna be crazy because not only is that Quirky Kell this weekend, but the boy Usher, he's gonna be in town all weekend, and he's gonna be right across the street, and I don't know how that's gonna deal with parking and all that stuff. So Bacon, you talking about coming in later? Woo! Good luck, my boy.
Look, I'll be there early, so I'll definitely have a spot.
I know a couple folk down that way, man. Brother gonna slide in somewhere in the back alley. I don't know anybody, man. I'm just talking.
He's like, this is my city. This is my city.
I just know some food spots, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm dead.
Bro. When I heard that Usher's gonna be here, I'm like, dude, this weekend gonna be insane. Oh god, I don't even.
Man,
I'm gonna sure get there early. Make sure you get there early if you can. For sure.
For them Southern Baptists, they say Usher in town.
Usher.
You can see in church. You know they got the Usher board in the
I'm dead, man. But yeah, y'all, this is going to conclude this segment for Hitting the Grid. These are our predictions for this upcoming week, obviously for the games. So stay tuned for that. Next week, we will have updates every single week. As long as the football season is going on, we will have updates on how we're doing. Obviously, I'll conjure up the records and see how everybody did after week one, who was right, who was wrong, and go through them.
Yes, sir.
And then what we'll do each week, we'll show a little preview, and we'll show who's winning the leaderboard, who got the best record amongst everybody. And then, like I said, towards the end of the season, we'll decide what that winner gets. You know what I'm saying? But each week we'll have in the chat. What's going on, man? So if y'all team Naj, at Najee Woke, hey, y'all want me to win? Hey, make sure comment at Najee Woke in the chat down below. If you want Jerome to win, comment inside the hashes down below. And if you want Bacon of Bacon Network to win, comment at Bacon Network, man. But that's to conclude Hitting the Grid. Fellas, before we close it out and throw it to the three-man weed, do you have any more quick topics?
Just let Jay got a little something.
Topic of the day. All right, let me pull this up real quick. So I was kind of mentioning this to you boys before we got on, but ESPN just dropped their top 25 schools, players, regardless of class. Now, obviously, our top Jordan guy is Jordan Lewis. And you got a couple of other guys in here, Elijah Griffin, who else on here? I just
Kenyon Moore. He's a dog.
Terry. A couple other guys on here. I wanted to, Tyler Atkins at 25. Want to know what you guys thought about this list?
I can't get down with this list here. Justice Terry is way too low.
Okay. So this is not a Georgia guy. So I'm gonna put this out there before you guys get to the Georgia guys. But I'm gonna put this out there. Jaden Wade, really talented player out of IMG Academy. Haven't played it down yet. Exact number 7. Wow. A lot of upside. As you see right here, 2028. I'm double checking this. That's the same player I'm thinking about from IG Academy. But he is a freshman coming at IG Academy. I'm not sure if he's going to even start because Ty Hawkins just transferred over there. So it's a battle between him and Ty Hawkins. We'll see how that goes. But he's very talented. Don't get me wrong. The kid's very, very talented. But to pay him at number 7 as a freshman, he was just starting his first year starting. That's high. That is high. Don't get me wrong. I think the kid is talented, though. Don't get me wrong. He looked really good in a lot of those 7-on-7 games and things like that. And he got the size already. But 7 in the country, regardless of class. Go ahead, guys. That's kind of high.
Go ahead, Nash.
I could potentially see him there.
Yeah, I think for me, Naeem Offer is too low. 14 is a little disrespectful.
Yes.
I think he should be higher. And as you said, Jay, to your point, why is somebody that has not played a down of high school ball that high, regardless if he's that elite in 2028? Now, if you want to make him maybe a 25 or whatever, cool, but he's still got to prove it on the next level to me. So I think that's entirely too high. I think Justice Terry is disrespected on this list as well. I think he's way too low. He should be higher. No Isaiah Gibson. He's one of the top players when you look at a whole bunch of different rankings. Kid's the absolute stud, can take on double teams and just absolutely disrupt the game. I think he should be on this list as well. Let me see. Another one I think nobody's talking about, no Darian Morgan. He's not on this list either. Top player, number one player in Alabama, right, in 2026. He should definitely be on this list as well, in my humble opinion. And then Elijah Griffin, I'll probably put him like 6. I think he's a little low. I think David Sanders is a little bit low.
Really? Why?
Because I think he's one of the best. When you look at the best tackle in the country, I think 6 is a little too low for him. So I will move that around a little bit. Like I would put him maybe 4. I will put Chris Henry Jr. 2, and then I will put Decorium Moore 3. Like I will move that around. Jakeem Stewart is cool. I know he's obviously heavily touted, 2026 class, but I don't know if I would put him that high. Maybe like top 5 is cool, but that high, you know what I'm saying? And I think Dia Bell, like obviously American Heritage, that kid can ball, man. I've watched a lot of his film. I think that's a little bit too low for him. I think he should be a lot higher than what he is, man. I think Curtis is right at the right spot at 11. Great 2026 class. See what he can do this year with Nashville Christian. But yeah, that's my thoughts. I think overall, I give him like a B- type list. But they could make some improvements.
Real quick. No, real quick. Another guy that's not in Georgia, but he plays in Florida. Got to see him at the OT7 a couple of times. Knew about him before he got the OT7. I actually had an interview with him, but my audio messed up. But Devin Sanchez is not on this list at all.
Devin Sanchez.
Woo. Not on this list at all. It's crazy. I think that's crazy. So I don't know what the criteria was, but him not on this list at all, number 1 DB in the country, that's rough.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, you got to cut ESPN loose on things like this and stay right here on the First and Foremost School. We're going to keep everybody that's supposed to be first, you hear me? Now, we did talk about last week on that DB, can't remember brother's name. We apologize, you know what I'm saying? Apparently, your raw athletic ability superseded what we saw on film. So shout out to you, sir. Do y'all like Tyler at 25? Last thing, and we'll transition. I got one thing before we move on.
I think Tyler is a very athletic linebacker who's probably if there's a player that I would be like in Georgia to fit my money on as the NFL type of player, it would be Tyler. I think Tyler has that NFL type of like athletic ability to play. You get what I'm saying? Like he's not there yet, but if you gave me a handful of guys and you'd be like,
if I give you Justice Terry, Tyler Agason, and Julian Lewis, you gonna take Tyler out over those 3?
I think so. Just athletically and what he can do on the defense, because you could pay him at different positions too. That's the thing. So, and just looking at how the NFL can be, you kind of have to be a certain type of athletic ability. You know what I'm saying? So I think that, Tyler plays on a really good team too. That helps him. So when you play on a type of team, your stats might not be as like everybody see how good he is. He's the best player on his team. But when you're on a good team too, you can kind of be like, your stats are not as good as somebody that has this and that because you're on a good team. So I think that, athletically, he can be one of those guys that can really ascend to like an NFL level. So 25, I'm not gonna lie, some of these kids that are on this list, I don't know for sure. So it makes it hard. 25 in the country, regardless of any class. That's it's good to at least have that player on this list. So don't get me wrong, but him at 25 is kind of low for me. Just a little bit.
100%. I think it's all about perspective at the end of the day. But fellas, before we move on from the grid, 7A, not any other classification in Georgia. Who is your 6A? Who is your favorite to win state? I'm gonna lock in my boy early. I'm gonna say them boys down there in Carroll County, Carrollton High School, D Trojans. Book it. And one reason, Mr. Lewis. I think he's gonna be that guy that carries him over the hump, man. They got enough. critiques, questions?
See, my thing, I gotta see how some of these defenses play because I think that this year is going to really come down to the defenses, especially with you got Carrollton, Douglas County, Walton, Grayson with a lot of firepower on offense. You want to see some defense. So I want to see how this play a little bit. Man, I think I'll say for right now, this is if you force me to put a gun to my head, I'm gonna say Carrollton because I know that they have at least a decently good defense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'll give it to Carrollton because I know at least their defense is at least pretty daggone good. They got some players on that defense as well. Yeah. No offense to my guys, but Douglas County, all you can there's not a whole bunch of guys that you're like, oh man, like their defense is really, really good. I think this defense is still gonna be good. You gotta see how it kind of plays out because they lost a lot of key pieces from last year.
Hasty.
Huh?
Mike Hasty, linebacker. He's a dog.
No, don't get me wrong. I know they got players. My boy Breeze is out there as well. I get it. But what I'm saying is they lost a lot of pieces. They got a lot of new starters. So we got to see how they kind of play together. I've seen them during, off season and this and that. So I see how some of the players are. I want to see it in the game and being consistent.
Now the man we've all been waiting for, Mr. Wilkins. Will you join the two or will you stand alone?
You know how they asked that question before the season? Like, you taking this one team? They always debate on ESPN or Fox. You taking this one team as the favorite or you taking the field? Taking the field. 100%. Y'all keep sleeping on 6A if y'all want to. Douglas County's in there. Grayson unequivocally got the best defense in 6A, right? They only got one question mark, and we'll find out about that shortly. I think they got the dogs to be able to slow them boys down. You know what they got? They got speed. No disrespect to Carrollton. They got it too. But that different kind of speed that you can't really teach at Grayson. Go look at their miles per hour. You'll find out real quick. You know what I'm saying? Now they got Zealous Hicks, right? And they got a lockdown corner in Dorian Barney. That's going to make it tough.
And
but I'm telling you that I'm taking the field. I think North Gwinnett can have a potential shot. I think Grayson has a shot, right? I think Douglas County has a shot. I think Buford, if they can figure out the quarterback situation, they got a shot as well. And then I'm going to roll with another upset that I think can make some noise. And I don't think they want to go down to South Georgia. That's Valdosta.
Oh, Valdosta.
Sleeping on the boys if y'all want to. Valdosta going to be ready to play, and they're going to run that rock, and they're going to tie you down. Them my 5 right there. So I'm
no. We need one, brother.
I don't have a one. I told y'all I'm taking the field.
I should have did the
same how you work around that?
I just said my argument of why I'm not taking.
I could have did the same thing.
We need some booze in the chat.
Y'all, I'm taking the field to win, right? Out of those 5 contenders.
But this how you gonna end the grid, bro? This how you gonna end the grid?
This is how we're gonna end the grid tonight. Yes, I'm taking the field.
I could have did the same exact thing.
The reason I'm taking the field is I got to see these up close and personal. You know what I'm saying? I got to see it first before I make, okay, I know for sure this team is going to go. I've seen a lot of these teams, but I'm going to take the field for right now. Now, maybe mid-season, maybe I'll have a pick, but I'm taking the field.
He going to save me. Well,
I could have said the same thing. Oh, my God.
I told y'all the answer.
I'm taking the Trojans. One reason, one man only. I know they got a lot of other talent, but Julian Lewis, we say the same thing when we look at the NFL. Like, man, the Chiefs really got a good chance of winning because they got Patrick Mahomes. I think Julian Lewis in his junior/senior year, whatever you want to say, really is his junior year, but he's a senior year because he reclassed. Is going to go out right off to the sunset. He's going to Boulder. Hot takes, cold takes, cool takes, whatever you want to say, man.
Real quick, Naj, I said this last year at the end of last year. I said it. I think I said it in the offseason as well. Grayson has the best defense in my opinion. So I agree with Grayson's defense. I still got to see how the offense go. I do. I want to see the quarterback Burks. I want to see a little bit more from him. I want to see a little bit more.
They got some running backs.
I agree.
They got some running backs for y'all. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Ashton Turner, 2027. Joel Bradford, 2027. Right? They got some dudes ready to come. Austin. They got some dudes, bro. All I'm gonna tell y'all sleep on Grayson if y'all want to.
I ain't sleep.
That's why I'm taking the field.
I still did. Like I said, Grayson got the best defense in my opinion in Georgia. I said that at the end of last year. I'm gonna keep with that, bro. So.
Yeah, we're gonna see.
We're gonna move on.
Great topic, man.
For another 10, 15 minutes because all I'll say is, you know what I'm saying, the brothers out there in Curry, they got 2028 defensive back. If y'all hadn't seen him, if I had knew his name, I'd put him out there. I just seen him. He cracked somebody in that spring game. Not spring game, but that scrimmage. But we're gonna move on to the 3-man weave. Trying to pull up my timeline. Naj, take over for me.
All right, so you got 3-man weave, man. As you guys all know, the greatest segment known to man, woman, child, animal, sport, anywhere you want to look at, man. So this is the hoops segment. And hoops. This is the hoops segment. So Megan is looking for his topic to talk about. Great intro right there, man. Let's go ahead and talk about a hot button topic real quick. Wemby after the Olympics. Now, again, I didn't watch any of it. I watched a couple clips here and there. So I tried to stay, a little versed. I told you I wasn't watching that. Y'all both fellas both know my reason why, and I didn't watch any of it. But he said a very interesting comment. How far he said I'm still learning. And he was like, but don't be surprised in a couple years. And I'm paraphrasing, guys, that I'm dominating NBA and I'm dominating FIBA. So what is you guys' take on that? How far away is Wemby from dominating on both internationally and in the NBA?
He's not far at all. He's not far at all. Dominating. We're gonna have to see how dominant he is in the NBA. Of course, he was dominant last year as a freshman. He was not. I keep saying freshman. He was a rookie. Last year, averaged 20 points, 4 blocks, 10 rebounds, double, man, at the age of 18, 19. So he's gonna be dominant. The league, although is bringing in a lot of skilled big men. I think he's the best skilled big man, obviously being 7'4". Is the NBA, you know what I'm saying? You got Anthony Edwards, you got Chet Holmgren is growing into his own. Who else is a big guy? Alex Sarr. We're not gonna really put Alex. We gotta see what he does, but nonetheless, his name does deserve to be put in the honorable mentions. I think he's on the cusp though. I said all that, but I think he's on the cusp. But I'm not. I want to see him win some chips. You can have the FIBA stuff. But can you get the gold in the Olympics, my friend? Can you beat the Americans? This is not Rush Hour 3. You know what I'm saying? This ain't the cab driver. The Americans can't even beat the Europeans in basketball anymore. The dream team is dead. The dream team is not dead, brother. Steph Curry sent you home crying, brother. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it's gonna be, and that's how it's gonna go. But he's very close, though. Very close.
I say I give him about 2 to 3 years, man. I think them pairing him with Stephon Castle is going to unlock his game even more. A guy that doesn't need to have the ball. We talked about this plenty of times, Bacon, of what he's able to do. And I think they're going to just complement each other so well in the basketball court. And I think you give them maybe a year to about, I say 1 to 3 years, and you can see them right back in contention. I think they obviously need other pieces, veteran pieces they're going to have to add in free agency and things like that, other pieces for next year, but I think they will be on the cusp. I think Wemby, I say 2 to 3 years, got to get a little bit bigger. And I think that's kind of the inflection point, right? When you see a player that kind of take off that 3rd, that 4th year, right? We've seen it with Anthony Edwards, that 4th year kind of took off, right? It's pretty good, you know what I'm saying, when he came in as a rookie, but we start cementing him as a superstar. Ja Morant making flashes early on, right? That 3rd, 4th year, he started kind of cement himself as one of the faces of the NBA, right? That's usually how we see it. Everybody got their own timeline, but I think at that point, Wemby's going to feel more comfortable. He's going to know what to do on day to day. As he said, he's already locked in with his mindset because he don't even go out and party. He says, I'm locked in on just playing the sport of basketball. So that's why I give him 2 to 3 years because, one, he'll be bigger, right? He's going to have a better understanding of the game than he do now, and he's going to be more mature. I'm not saying he's not mature now. He is, but he's going to be a more mature player on the court. He's going to be even more mature off the court, I should say. And he's going to be able – I think the Spurs will have a better team around him. And at that point, I think he'll be able to start dominating.
Very true. Very true.
He's a cheeseburger away.
Cheeseburger away. Was that a week? That really a cheeseburger only takes 5 minutes to make if you grill hot.
No, I 100% would agree with Naj, man. He once he figure out how to get his NBA body, and I think that ties into exactly what Naj is saying. These players play and have success early, but it takes a little bit of the mind, it takes a little bit of the body. These kids coming out of international basketball or college, and some of the kids that are going from college to the NBA are only taking 1 or 2 years in college. They still in their little baby sized bodies, Once they start, getting used to that NBA, workout routine and being like solely focusing on basketball, then that's when they start taking off and they start, start growing into a NBA player rather than a basketball player. And I think there is a difference because you can be a great basketball player, but you can be a great NBA player. And there's a difference because, again, how some of these kids are getting transported into the league, like I said, transferring from overseas or, coming straight from college, which they're not playing that long in college. They still got their high school bodies in a sense. Wembley's skinny mini good guy. You know what I mean? Imagine him putting on muscle and still being able to play the way he playing. Imagine him coming in with that muscle and the mindset in 2 or 3 years. Come on, man. So that's why I said Cheeseburger Ware. I was joking when I said that, but realistically, he started getting a bigger body to that frame. Come on, man. Who's stopping that kid?
Well, see, so at basketball, you really don't need too big of muscles. Like you look at Kevin Durant and Chet Holmgren, you don't really put on. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, you get a little more. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, that's what I mean, though. Like you don't need you don't need to be LeBron James. Like everybody don't have a LeBron James body. Don't get me wrong, but you still have like
sturdy. That's a good word. Sorry.
Yeah, there's certain muscles that you use when you post up, or you need those certain muscles. You get what I'm saying? So when he gets those muscles that he needs in those certain spots, he can be a lot better than he already is because like I said, he's skinny right now. He don't have that basketball, not NBA body yet. You know what I'm saying? He got enough skill sets to play with his kids. He doesn't have that NBA body yet. So imagine him getting that NBA body, and again, like you said, KD's not the biggest guy, but he got an NBA body now. Like when he first came out, we all said that, man, he's skinny too. You know what I'm saying? Now we're not even thinking about it no more because he got that NBA body now, and I know how weird it sounds, but you grow into that, and then you still start playing better because you got certain things that you wasn't doing before. Now you adding that to your arsenal. You know what I'm saying? So. That's just my opinion on that. So yeah, the ceiling's high, man. The ceiling's up.
100%, man. I'll add on to what you said, Jay. I believe you said something about the. Did you say something about Euro players having a little advantage over the American players?
No. I was just saying that coming straight from Europe, going to the NFL, the NBA, and then college players going to the NBA. It's just such a quick transition that you get now. You know what I'm saying? That you still have to learn how to get that NBA type of body. You know what I'm saying? It's different between international playing overseas and or college, where you're only playing 1 or 2 years in college now. You know what I'm saying?
So 100%. So in going in chronological order, I think it's we got to bring up Steph Curry. First, before we talk about if Steph Curry an all-time great, which I think is I think if you don't say you don't know basketball. But did he get robbed? Should he have won the MVP?
Good question.
King James. I think you got to give it to Steph Curry. Without Steph Curry, they definitely don't beat Serbia. I think I don't know. I can't even sit here and say they still beat France because Steph Curry was the X factor.
Yeah, he was. A lot of people said that the thing they gave it to LeBron. I think Steph would have won it if he didn't struggle early on in the tournament. I think that's what hurt him a little bit. But I think what he did answer for a lot of people that had a lot of questions about him throughout his career before he kind of debunked the theory. And that was obviously when they beat the Celtics, a few years back. And it was like he can't be clutch. He can't win the big game. You know what I'm saying? Now he was going to the finals and stuff, but it was like the big games he wouldn't perform. And I think he's completely obliterated that narrative, in my humble opinion. But I obviously, like you said, I mean, if he's not an all-time great, you don't know basketball. I mean, that's just
Right.
clear. I mean, obviously. But I think the last few games, yeah, it certainly was the Olympic MVP to me. I mean, without his performance, him exploding, and it was down in Serbia, without him exploding for them 36 points, they don't win. You know what I'm
They
saying?
take
Without
home
him,
that dusty bronze.
yeah, man, they would have been going home. You know what I'm saying? So to a degree, yes. To a degree, no. Because if he would have had a better start to the tournament, I think, you know what I'm saying, he definitely would have, won it, man. But just as far as him as an all-time great, yeah, man, he's one. Hey, it's one of my favorite players. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Obviously, guys, I probably gotta have to get Mahomes off here. This was supposed to be for a show I was supposed to have years ago. But one of my favorite players, man, of all time. Definitely. It used to be D Wade back in the day. I don't know what he got going on now. When I was a kid, keyword, a kid, I was a little boy. When he was playing with Miami Heat early on, when he won that title with Shaq, all that, I was 6, 7 years old. Now, I don't know. But my favorite player, definitely Steph Curry of all time. But yeah, man, I think it's all-time great what he's able to do. Now, I don't know if he's going to win another ring because I don't know if they're going to have the records of weapons. It's going to depend on the development of Brendan Podziemski and obviously Jonathan Kuminga and some of those young guys. But I think he puts them in conversation for contention as long as he's there.
I hope he goes to play with LeBron. His mom would team up, man. What you got, Jay?
I hate that. Him joining up with LeBron idea. I do not like that idea. I hate that.
Did you not see the Olympics? That was box office.
Yeah, I've seen the Olympics. I just I don't like this. Exactly. I don't like the old. They're old. I don't like the teaming up thing.
You see these young men coming in the league by storm. The Oklahoma City Thunder was the number 1 seed. Chet Holmgren was in his really second year, but rookie year. Shea was in his second or third year. Come on, bro. These young boys are highly skilled.
And that's why I like it. I like that
they're
doing it without making. I like it that they're doing it without making these super teams. I hate the super team thing. Is so over.
It's not really a super team, but LeBron and Steph.
Anyway,
just being honest.
It is.
I think back in the day, you could have said it was like they would have did that years ago. I'm going to house. Now, nah, because LeBron is older. You know what I'm saying? Steph is a little older. They could still both cook, but I would like to see it just from a fan perspective.
Yeah.
Box office.
Yeah, I guess. But anyway, I agree with you. All time great, yes. There's nobody that has more threes, better percentage on threes, the most 3-point shooters. The dude, the way he shoots the ball on the threes, he just knows it's going in every time. So he's definitely all-time great, just based on the 3 points by alone. You know what I'm saying? He started a revolution where everybody started taking threes all of a sudden. You know what I mean? Like revolutionized how the NBA started, thinking about the 3-point shot. It wasn't always about the 3-point shot. It was, dunks was the big thing back then. Now dunks, they barely dunk the ball anymore. It's all about 3-point shots, 3-point shoots, 3-point shots. So, definitely an all-time great. And then your other question was, MVP. I agree with Notch. He struggled early. And then when you struggle early, and whoever's the face of the NBA for X amount of years is gonna get it when he's playing good. It's gonna be LeBron. And I think LeBron struggled a little bit early as well. But he started picking it up. But I think LeBron had a lot more longer. He had better games, but he was more consistent than Steph Curry was. So I didn't watch every single game. But based on what I've heard and seen, I think it was right, honestly. LeBron had that one game where he was just super clutch. I think it was, I can't even tell what games it was.
That's probably like the first
like the second game, third game, something like that, where he had that really clutch game and everybody was talking about it. You know what I mean? That's when LeBron started and then kept going. He was consistent from that point on. Where I think Steph Curry had a lot of really good games at the end, but started off taking a lot longer. So
is this a reoccurring theme? You know what I'm saying? We saw it It was 2017 final, 2016 finals when they gave it to the NBA Finals MVP to Kevin Durant. When it really, honestly, rightfully so, should have won to Steph Curry. Now this, you know, what I'm saying, it's gonna be some conversation and some dialogue as the years go down the line.
I was gonna say something, but I'm not going to.
Go ahead, brother. This is our show.
Not on live. Not on live.
My boy finna call Bloody Mary. All right, for sure. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna move on to the Bacon Network. I'm not the Bacon Network, but to the Bacon News hot topics. So if you
okay.
What'd you say? No, my bad. The Bacon's latest sizzling news. This is Bacon Network podcast. These two are just
what are these folks?
This is first and foremost. And ladies and gentlemen, you know what I'm saying, if you are enjoying, I feel like if you are enjoying the show, man, you go to YouTube, you know what I'm saying, go to YouTube, type in go to YouTube, type in Inside the Hashes, Najee Wilker Bacon Network, and click that link button and send it to your friends. I know you're enjoying it. I see the retention has been the same. So send it out to your basketball lovers, man. We finna dive into some more topics here. But if you have been keeping attention on the grassroots basketball scene, the high school basketball scene, you would have noticed that the Under Armour top 24 next camp was this past weekend in Brooklyn, New York, and this has been the first time in the event's history that they have allowed international players. As I'm trying to pull up this list, they have players from Italy, Spain, and France. And let me tell you, man, the kids from France, killers, man. Yeah, I think both of them are 7'4". And if one of y'all can pull it up for me, I got to narrate. I want to make sure I'm giving people this game. You can go to either Eli Ellis's page, or if you want to find it on Under Armour's page, it'll be on one of those two Twitter profiles. But they had this is the first time they ever had international players play with domestic players. Shauna Abeyev, if I'm saying his name right, Shauna Abeyev. I think he grew up in America his whole life, but he is an Israeli. So he won the MVP. Just, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to him. Eli Ellis was there. Brother from DC plays for Sidwell Friends. It was a lot of buckets. It really won a lot of big men. A lot of big men was really a high-level guard play. Eli Ellis, again, won the three-point contest. And won an old classic game of knockout, man. If you ever was a kid, played a little knockout, man, they did that. He won that too. Reports on him. We got a little motion. No, the list isn't coming yet. But just an overall a good event. Hopefully the full game highlights will drop soon on YouTube. Because you know what I'm saying, those are elite level players. So I wanted to throw that out there. Do some looking around, drop the article on SI Gamecocks about Eli Ellis and how he did, so check that out. And we got some big news on the hoop scene, on the hoops grassroots scene, man. We already talked about Darren Peterson coming to Prolific Prep. That's big. 4-star CJ Ingram has committed to Florida. Number 69 overall class in 2025. That's big. The SEC just keeps getting fruits. But that's pretty much. I'll check my notes again. It wasn't too tough this week. Let's see. 8 at the bounce. Yeah. What's your questions, Jay?
All right, let's get to Jay's question of the week. I'm glad I got my own segment. It's pretty cool, man. Anyway, I want to know what you guys think about this quote by our boy, Mr. Stephon Marbury. He said that coming back to the surface of the media world, says that LeBron James needs to surpass Kobe before he is included in the same conversation as Michael Jordan. He said people want to rank Jordan. Jordan hasn't even been ranked. It should be Kobe, then LeBron, then
Yes.
you can pick guys after that. There's just no comparison, man. Not the same. It's just different world, different mentality. You don't know why Jordan's name is mentioned in the same conversation sometimes. Whoa! Okay, well, I want to know what you think about that quote. That my boy. I love when he talks because he's always talking crazy. And this is, I'm gonna let you guys talk.
I agree, man. Go ahead, Nash.
It's kind of a blasphemous take to a degree. Not all of it, but to a degree, it is a blasphemous take. And the reason I say that is you can't mention Kobe without mentioning Jordan. Like, we're going to sit here and act like Kobe didn't look up to Jordan. Kobe didn't mimic a lot of stuff that Jordan did. You know what I'm saying? That, obviously Kobe developed his own mentality. But a lot of that, like, we got to remember when he was young, Kobe was balling. Like, I'm not going to say Jordan took him up under his wing, but, he was, talking with him, learning things from him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Learning how to play the game the right way. And that's why Kobe had the mentality he had. So I think before we have any conversation, Jordan needs to be first, to be honest. Next, I do agree with him to a degree with the LeBron take, because I feel like Kobe doesn't get enough love. I feel like everybody puts LeBron over Kobe because I know LeBron could do a lot of different things well. Not saying that Kobe didn't, but Kobe was obviously a specimen in his own way. Like, I feel like Kobe won and did it his own way, right? LeBron, to a degree, is obviously an all-time great, but, he had to go team up with people. You know what I'm saying? He had to go, kind of make sure, balanced it in a way where it would be most beneficial for him. And I feel like that first year when he's playing Dallas, you put Kobe in that same situation, the Heat win. Dallas is not beating the Heat. No disrespect. It's just all about the mentality and all about, winning. LeBron choked a little bit in that series. It took him a little bit of time to get to where he is today. And I'm not saying like that 2020 series they won, obviously in the bubble, was great. That was like, I thought, peak LeBron. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like it took him way longer to get there than it took maybe a Kobe or, maybe even a Jordan to a degree. So I think if I was to ever rank them, I would go Jordan 1, Kobe 2, LeBron 3. People will call me crazy, the LeBron fans, the LeBron riders and all that. They'll be like, bro, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? You had to face Steph Curry. You had to face this guy. Let's remember, everybody had to face somebody. Jordan had to face Larry Bird. Jordan had to face the Detroit Pistons. He had to face Shaq. He had to face Karl Malone and the Utah Jazz. He had to face Hakeem Olajuwon and all them, right? Kobe had to face the Spurs, Boston multiple times. You know what I'm saying? A deep and loaded West. Like, we're not saying act like LeBron only had competition. Now, that's my take on the whole situation. As I said, to a degree, I think it's blasphemous, and to a degree, I agree with him with including Kobe in there. And I do think it is a different world when you compare those two and the mindsets that they have. No disrespect to LeBron. LeBron's a savant. I think his IQ is next level. But when we look like, okay, who's going to go make us a shot in the game? Who I trust the most? Respectfully, it's going to be either Kobe or Jordan. No disrespect.
100%. I think you said everything that needs to be said. I think you got to put Kobe at 2. Elite bucket getter, Mamba mentality. Don't come from anywhere. All you gotta do is just look at Kobe versus Portland Trail Blazers or any other game. When it's down in the last 2 minutes and you need somebody to hit that go ahead bucket, Bron will give it to Kobe, and Kobe ain't gonna pass it. And there's no disrespect to LeBron. I love LeBron. I was a big LeBron fan when Kobe was playing. I just, as I've grown older and I've become wiser, and I've become, I learn more about the game, what it takes to win as an individual player. He's self-sufficient. And LeBron, I ain't gonna say has relies on his teammates, but he enjoys going to his teammates. And I think that's a separating factor.
And the one thing LeBron has them all on, and I'll give him this: longevity. Playing at this high of a level as he is for as long as he has, that's unforeseen. You don't see that normally. So that is one thing that LeBron does have going for himself. And that's why he is in his limelight right now and considered one of the top, because he's been doing it for so long. Like, Kobe started to break down. Jordan started to break down. You know what I'm saying? But if you look at the pinnacle and the top end of their careers, they had a higher peak than I think LeBron did. But LeBron's having way longer longevity than them.
And no bad headlines. That's big too.
True.
As the older gentleman of this podcast and getting to see all three of them in their prime, I wholeheartedly want to give you so much props, Notch, for being able to break that down so well that you have. I don't. Stephon, bro, I love this guy, man, because he's saying some crazy stuff. How can you try to really pit down MJ the way he did? Like, you know what I mean? I understand. Like, I'm okay with you being like, I think it's LeBron, Kobe, then Michael, then I get it. But he's like, I don't even know why he's even in the conversation. Like, huh? Bro, come on. Well, stop. You're going too far, brother. You're going too far. I love you, though. Keep saying what you're saying because I love the headlines. Every time you say something, it's just pure gold comes out your mouth, sir. But I agree. LeBron, we talked about that NBA body. LeBron already had that NBA body going into the NBA. You get what I'm saying? Like, LeBron already was a prodigy child coming into the NBA. Started super earlier than both MJ and Michael Jordan. I'm sorry, Michael Jordan and Kobe. You know,
say it again.
Michael Jordan and Kobe, he started earlier than both of them. That's what I'm saying.
What you mean started earlier? Kobe came out of high school.
They both came out of high school, yes. But LeBron started in longevity. That's what I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Started early. He started early like Kobe, but it had a lot more longevity. And also the thing is, like, look at Kobe and look at Michael Jordan. Look how their bodies are. LeBron James has a huge frame, strong, fast, and physical, in a NBA where they're not as physical as they were before. You know what I'm saying? So if you already have that body, I don't want to say that's the reason why LeBron is as good as he is. He is a really good player. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say, LeBron's only like that because his body, but it helps where you're that big, you're that strong, you're that fast, and the structure of the NBA is the way it is now, where back then Michael Jordan had people like draped all over his face when he's trying to do a layup, and you get what I'm saying? Like that was the norm back then. So again, different kind of era where you have I'm not saying Michael Jordan was a small guy either. I'm not trying to say that either. But in a league where it was a lot more physical and defenders could get away with a lot more back then than it is now. And LeBron now has a huge body frame. And I'm not saying I think LeBron would definitely be able to play back then, but it just tells you how good that some of these players were back then to be playing in that kind of NBA, a lot more physical NBA where now you get a lot more fouls, technical fouls, this, that, blah, blah, blah. You get what I'm saying? So not trying to discredit any three of them, but for me, it's MJ, Kobe, LeBron. Kobe's my favorite player of all time. So for me to have him at number 2, Michael Jordan, I got to see all three of them in their prime. That's my list. I agree wholeheartedly with Naj. This could be a topic we can talk about all night long because this is a topic that just cannot get away from. But I do agree that Kobe should be in that conversation in the top 3 with you guys for sure. So that was my question of the day. And I hope you guys enjoyed that little segment. I thought it was really fun to see.
Great question. Great segment by you, Jay. We hope you continue it up throughout the season, and we hope you get in on the college basketball. We know you are a UNC fan, so we hope that you had these great questions for us throughout college basketball season as it kind of nears up here. It's not too far off as we hit kind of late September, October. That'll starting up. So we hope you continue with the great questions, brother.
Appreciate that. Bacon, you look like you got something you want to pull up real quick?
We got a young lady, man. You know, anytime you see a young lady done like this, you got to put it out there, man. I'm not sure how to say her name. Excuse me, I do. Olivia Edwards.
It's Olivia. Yeah, it's Olivia.
5-star, man. Anytime she's dunking like this, man, you know what I'm saying? You got to put it up there. That's tough. Shout out to Miss Olivia Edwards, man.
100%. All right. Would I be ending our 3-man weave?
Si, senor.
All right. So let's wrap up our podcast today, guys. Appreciate you getting on, but let's talk about where we're gonna be at this week. I know we kind of already mentioned it. All three of us is gonna be at the Corky Kel, right? Yes. Bacon.
Mm-hmm.
So be at the Corky Kel. So make sure you are watching the Corky Kel. See if you can see us on the TV, the television. We're gonna be in the Mercedes-Benz on Saturday, so that's gonna be televised on TV. So make sure you go check that out. See if you can spot us on TV, man. It's gonna be some great stuff. You're definitely gonna be able to see Naj on TV, I'm sure. So make sure you go check all that out on Score Atlanta, man. Naj doing some big things. Give that man a shout out. He's the reason why that company's running. So make sure.
They trying to get me in trouble tonight, boy. I appreciate the love, though.
Birthday tomorrow morning in my office.
Right now. Right now.
Got it, buddy.
Just blame it on me. Just blame it on me. All right, guys. Let's get our words of wisdom. I'm gonna start with the soul brother at Diner at the bottom, my man, the Bacon. Let's give us some soul, man. Give some love. What we got?
Man, so much happened today for me. Words of wisdom. I'm just gonna say, man, follow your heart, man. Go what you feel. Obviously, reach out to different resources. You only got one life to live. One time to do this thing. One time to be in your teens. Gavin Berry, college recruit. What's going on, Coach?
What's going on?
We only got one time to do this. You only got one time to be in teenage years, one time to be 20, one time to be in your 30s. Once it's gone, it's gone. So, and you have to live with the repercussions. Every decision has a positive and a negative reaction. So just be prepared for that. Put your big woman pants on, your big man pants on, and take it in the stride, take it on the chin, or you know what I'm saying, take it how it comes. But definitely do your research, but follow your heart and do what you want to do.
Now, do you want to go next?
Yeah, man. My message is to everybody. Obviously football season's here. So this for football players. If you're an artist, if you're a videographer, a photographer, if you're creating your own business, you're creating your own podcast, lock the F in, man. Lock the F in what you're doing. Really, really be intentional on what you do on a day-to-day basis. Be consistent. You know what I'm saying? This is the time. You don't know what 3, 4, 5, 6 months can change your whole life, bro. Lock in, you know what I'm saying, on your craft and do what you're supposed to be doing every day. Don't make no excuses. If you fall short today, go twice as hard the next day. Every day, get 1% better. That's my message to everybody, man. No matter what walk of life you're from or what you're doing, lock in them couple months, and you don't know how that could change your life. We see it all the time with athletes. Unknown player, right? Locks in for them 4 months, ends up becoming a 4-star. Every college wants them, right? We see media personalities. Nobody knows about them, right? Been grinding in the dark. 4 or 5 months, they locked in. Next thing you know, they on ESPN on a major national network. You know what I'm saying? Same with videographers. We see it all the time. Lock into your craft. Use these months in order to get ahead and do the 1% that people ain't doing.
Boom.
Yeah. My word of wisdom is there's so much bigger things than football, but also football brings people together, and I love this word. And don't take anything for granted. And the reason why I'm saying this is because the situation that happened with Rome, and we're kind of brushed over it. And it's not a lot of coverage on it, but man, people could have really lost their lives that day. So, this is more than football. And I love the fact that, so many players and coaches and a lot of people that, not even close to Rome reached out to the players and made sure there was a riot and things like that. So, and it's more than football, man. I love this sport because it does bring us all together. Without football, us three wouldn't be here together, and as a friendship, as a family, you know what I mean. And I love the fact that it brings us all together and give us a common goal and be able to, show the gratitude and the love for what we do as a game. So, it's more than football, man. It's more than just a game. And, I know some people just be like, oh, it's sports, no, it's more than that, man. It's more than that. And shout out to, all the people that supported the kids at Rome, man. That could have been a really bad situation, man. But for the kids to come out with just, injuries here and there, man, I'm just so grateful, and I feel so blessed to be able to, talk about a team and not mourning a team. You get what I'm saying? And being thankful and glad that, they made it out of that situation. So, shout out to all the people for, all the love and support, and, being able to help those kids at Rome. And man, it could have been a lot worse. They had to cancel their game this week. I'm sure that's like the least thing in the room right now. You know what I mean? That could have been a lot worse. So, prayers out to them. Prayers out to all these other kids that are taking these buses and on these dangerous highways. And I hope, God give them traveling mercy as they go, different spots. We already talked about the Corky Kel being at the Mercedes Benz while Usher's going to be there. So it's going to be a lot of traffic there. So I just pray that, everybody goes home safe, have a good time. Again, this is more than just football. It's a community. It's a way for us to be able to take our mind off of all the negativity. You know what I mean? So when something like this happens, it does make you remember that, hey, it's more than just the game of football. It's about reaching out to brothers, on the opposite side. You know what I mean? So bringing a locker room together of kids and people from different phases of life, you know what I mean? Bring them all together. Even in the media, like we said, like, a kid from Jersey, these two knuckleheads. I don't know much, guys. But seriously, this game of football, I love it because it does bring so many people in of different sides of life together. So I just wanted to say, thank you for all the support, even with this podcast, everything that's going on outside of, the world, Olympics, everything. And so the game of sports, not just football, but sports in general, man, it just brings people together. And I just love it. So appreciate it, man. I just wanted to kind of say that, man. The Rome thing kind of got me a little bit, man. So it could have been a lot worse. So I want to bring the podcast down a little bit, man, but I just felt like I had to say that, man. So shout out to the Rome family, all the kids out there that's, still recovering and things like that. And yeah, man, hope that everybody stays safe this weekend.
100%. Well said.
Appreciate it. All right, well, that's gonna do it for us today, guys. Again, thank y'all for getting on with us. Make sure you go watch us on TV. We're gonna be on TV. Make sure you follow us on all social media down here. Bacon Network and Inside the Hashes and Notch Wilkes. Make sure you follow all our social media. Help these guys get to 10,000. I didn't update the number, so I'm not gonna put it on the screen. But make sure you get these guys to 10,000. My boys are doing some crazy good stuff, man. Breaking news, commitments, videos, man. I see y'all. Editing. I see y'all doing your thing. So make sure y'all checking out what they're doing, man, because they're doing incredible stuff. And also, we want to thank our sponsors, Phenom, for allowing us to have this podcast and sponsoring us doing this podcast. And again, we got crazy merch that's coming out. Me and Bacon's going to be giving away this as well. But if you can't make it to your game, it's okay. You can always go to the website, phenomelitebrand.com. Get some great gear. It's not too late. I know the season's here now, but it's not too late. Go out there, get some fresh gloves, fresh gear, look good, play good, feel good. And hey, if you ball, you might get the coffee as well. So make sure if you go on that website, go to ITH Football, get that promo code in ITH Football, get 10% off, and say some cheddar too, baby. So thanks again for Phenom for sponsoring this podcast. And this is the first and foremost podcast. We not only give you the spill,
we keep it real. Yeah, y'all got it, bro. Yes.
Thank you guys so much for checking us out. He's so happy. See you guys on the next one. We see you after the Pookie Kell, man. We're gonna be tired, but we gotta do it, baby. Let's get it. See you guys. Have a good one. Peace.